Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Stefan Putra, and in this opportunity, I want to tell you a story about the ugly duckling. There was once a mother duck. She waited patiently day and night, waited for her children to hatch. One day, as she was sitting on a nest of eggs, the mother duck felt something move beneath her, and then suddenly, crack, crack, crack! Filled with happiness, the mother duck watched just one by one her eggs hatch. She was so excited to lead her children to the pond and teach them how to be a proper duck. But unfortunately, there was one egg was left to hatch. This egg was larger than the rest. This egg was browner than the rest. Her little ducks impatiently wait for more 2 days and nights. I want to go to the pond, mother. One baby duck quacked. Let's go, let's go. Two more baby duck quacked excitedly. But the mother duck made them all wait, for she promised herself that she would love all her children the same. At the crack of the dawn of the third day of waiting, the large brown egg began to vibrate, and then suddenly, crack! Out from the large brown egg popped strange-looking head of a bird that didn't look much like a duck. This baby's beak was a little too long, and this baby's feathers was a little too scruffy, and this baby's face was a little too ugly. But nonetheless, the mother duck promised herself that she would love all her children the same, right? So she led her children into the nearby pond and taught them each duckling how to be a proper duck. She taught them how to quack. Each duckling had quack, 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 and then the ugly duckling started to quack. Caw! All of the ducks in the pond were stared at the ugly duckling and began to laugh at him. The mother duckling sadly took her little duckling to the different part of the pond. The other ducklings were making fun of him, and then two nearby ducks swam by and pecked at the ugly duckling feathers. This one looks nothing like the others, one jested. This one is ugly, the other one pecked. The ugly duckling hung his head in shame. The mother duckling became very embarrassed of her little duckling. So she made him stay in the corner of the pond while the others were practicing swimming, diving, splashing, and quacking. One evening, as all of the ducks in the pond were gone to sleep, the ugly duckling decided that it was his time to take a leave, because he did not want to live where he felt unwanted, right? So the little ugly duckling ran away. He waddled far away from the pond he was born. He waddled through a small marshland and large river reeds. He waddled over bundles of sticks and piles of dung. All of these waddles made him even dirtier than before. He approached a new pond with a new family of ducks. These ducks were happily swimming and quacking. He had found one of the ducklings, who looked like just a bit larger and bigger than the ugly duckling. But the family of ducks were making fun of him, and sadly, the ugly duckling made him waddle away again. Next, the ugly duckling came to an even larger pond filled with the family of geese. The goslings were brown-gray like he was. Happily, the ugly duckling waddled to the water's edge. plopped his little body to the water and swam towards the family of geese. He advanced one of the goslings who looked even larger and grayer than him. "Hello there!" the ugly duckling happily exclaimed, greeting the gosling. With this, the family of geese turned and stared at the ugly dog. "And who are you?" asked the mother goose. "And what are you?" asked the father goose. "You sure are ugly," all the goslings chimed in, as this family of geese began to honk and laugh at the ugly duckling. Before the duckling could waddle off, the geese surround him, and the father goose said that, "Though you are looking strange, you may stay with us. You are more than welcome to join our family." The ugly duckling couldn't be happier, right? The geese were very kind to him. Many days and nights has passed, and the ugly duckling was living happily with the geese. He loved to play with the goslings, and the mother and the father would treat him like his own. Everything was perfect until a hunter and his hounds approached the pond. The hunter began firing off shots at the geese, and the hound chased around the pond, searching to catch one. The ugly duckling couldn't do nothing but sit still. As the hound approached him, the hound said, "What are you? You sure are ugly," the hound said, before it ran off in search of a real goose. In the midst of the hunter's ambush, the ugly duckling sadly waddled off once more. He was growing larger, and his feathers were coming in, and the ugly duckling was able to fly off the ground. But the ugly duckling became very weak and very hungry. He did not have any strength to fly. The ugly duckling mirrored, and then suddenly he waddled through now frozen marshlands and frozen large river reeds. He waddled over frozen bundles of sticks and piles of dung. All this waddling made him colder than ever. But miraculously, the ugly duckling had survived the winter. With spring, all of the frozen ponds melted away, and the frost evaporated from the large marshland. He approached a crystal clear pond and saw a family of the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. Swans. As he sat by the water's edge, he didn't even dare to ask if he could join the birds, for he knew if he was too ugly to live with the dogs, geese, and he was surely too ugly to live with swans. Suddenly, a swan gracefully glided through the water to where the ugly duckling was sitting. My! Your feathers are the whitest I have ever seen. Look how they gleam in the sun," the swan exclaimed to the ugly duck. Confused, the ugly duckling wandered to the water and peered at his own reflection. Much to his surprise, he was not an ugly duckling, for he was not a duck at all. He was a beautiful white swan, and with a long neck and elegant neck. He entered the water and joined his new family, and the ugly duckling lived happily after with the new family. The end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I have started a lot, but yeah, I'm still studying, so I hope you considered it. Thank you so much, and bye bye.